Good almost afternoon today. How are you? I just wanted to do a little live video today while I'm spinning. I just finished spinning a bat that was called confetti cake. So I'm going to take it off the bobbin here. So I just finished spinning this. I'll show you more close up here when I'm done taking it off the bobbin. This is my electric spinner. I got it last year from Forever Growing. It's a spinny cube is what they call it. And this is much better for people who have injuries or other health issues that they can't sit and spin at a wheel, can't use their feet, and can't sit in that position, something like that. I like my spinner because I can use it and take it with me anywhere pretty much. And it's better for my back too, especially, you know, we do a lot of hard labor here on the farm sometimes, and sitting at that position on the wheel can really bother my back sometimes. So I like using this because I can sit in whatever comfy position I need to be in, and I can spin all day. So what I use to take my yarn off of my bobbin, it's called a niddy. Now mine I made myself out of PVC. I believe it's like inch, what was this is supposed to be. This is 3/4 inch PVC. And I don't remember, I'd have to measure it to see exactly on my measurements here. But it was super easy to make instead of buying one. It didn't cost me very much. So how these work is you wrap them around all these different legs to take the yarn off. And then it's in, this is approximately 2-yard increment to make a nice skein. So I started by holding it here in the middle. And then it's a certain way you wrap it around. And I go in this direction. I'm not very good at explaining this motion, and I've only been spinning for about a year. So I'm not any expert either. But you can look up videos online and other places to show how to use a niddy. I feel like I'm all, oh, there we go. Sometimes I forget how to use one, even though I just used it not that long ago. I used to hate using one of these, and now I've gotten a pretty good rhythm. So this bat that I spun, this one, oh, I don't have the tag here. Tag's in the other room. But it was, I believe it was a combination of merino and a Cordell cross, and I believe the other white fiber was maybe Romney. And then I put blue Sari silk waste and blended it in with the white. It was a really fun spin, and the Sari silk gives it some nice pops of color. This was mostly blue, and it has some different color flecks in it. There's some pink and red flecks. I'm going to use this. I don't know what I'm going to make yet, and I might have to make another bat and spin more. But I'm going to hold it with another yarn I've had in my stash for a while. And it's like 300 and some yards, so I don't think I'll have enough here. So I'm going to pull this all off the bobbin here, and then I'm going to start spinning some comb top I just got back from Zeilingers. If you don't know, they are a wool mill in Frankenmuth, and they do a great job, and it's only like an hour away from me, so I'm very lucky I can go over there anytime and take my fleeces over and pick up the fiber. And that comb top is from what I call our new generation of sheep that we're producing here on the farm. So it was from a Romney cross ewe lamb, and we sheared her, I think this was December, yeah. And she's a really pretty fleece. It has a lot of characteristics of Romney, and her father is actually kind of like a Suffolk Hampshire cross, but her fleece really is more Romney out of anything, and it's beautiful, quite nice medium fine Romney. And we have a few more Romney crosses and Dorset crosses. So I just got back a few different runs from the mill, and I want to do sample spins of all of them. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to start with the Romney, and then I have a Dorset, and then a Dorset Hampshire cross, and then a Dorset cross to do. I'm almost done with this. Okay, so I'm at the end. So here's my end. Usually try to pull it apart after I tie it, because usually I tie it onto my leader. This is called a leader here. It attaches to your bobbin, and that helps start when you spin. So I've got my two ends here. Now I need to tie ties onto my yarn here. I do this while it's still on the niddy noddy, and I do it usually in 4 places. So the goal of this is to make sure your yarn is nice and orderly. And I use each end for a tie. So what you want, if you are new to this, have never seen this before, what you want to do, maybe I can turn it this way, is you split the yarn in 2. Doesn't have to be exactly. And you go through and do a figure 8 with the yarn. And if you're just going to use the yarn as is, you can tie it. You don't need to tie it tight. Like so, these guys are really tight. You can let it stay loose. And if you're going to dye the yarn that you've made, you want to make sure that your ties are loose, or where the ties are, if you tie them tight, the dye won't take up as well in that spot. And if it's tight, it takes a little bit longer to dry, which usually is a big issue after you soak your yarn and set the twist. Alright, so there's one tie. So I'll bring it a little closer. So it's a figure 8. And I just tied it to itself over here. I'm going to do the same thing. Sometimes these ends end up really close. And then I have 2 more. generally what you want to do is put a tie on, hold on here, apparently I have to concentrate to make a knot, but usually you want to put a tie on each section of the yarn on here. So I got a couple pieces of scrap yarn that I'll make a couple more ties with. I usually like to make them looser if I can. And one more. So if your yarn ends up nice where it's like in the middle of each section, or the two where your ends are, that's really nice. The other thing you can do is do your tie with one end and then tie the other end to that, and then do 3 more ties. I see that on a lot of different skeins I get. All right, so I tied off. Each section has a tie. So then on my niddy noddy, I take off one of the ends and just slide it off. I can set that aside. Well, it's better put the cap on or I'll get lost and I'll forget somewhere. So now I have this pretty yarn. And I'm so excited. I finally figured out my chain plying, which I see some of it is a little over twisted. I should have, there's a nice neat trick you can do. If you set your bobbin or however you're unwinding it farther away from you, and then wind it onto your niddy noddy, that'll help even out some of the twist if it's over twisted in some spots. But now I'm gonna wrap it up. So I twist it from both ends, and then it wraps up into itself. And there it is. So that is this was a white bat with the sari silk in it. I don't usually do a lot of white, but this bat kept eyeing me from the shelf. So, and I'm super excited about my chain plying too. I finally figured it out. I still need to work on making sure I don't have too much twist in my yarn, but definitely better than before. And I don't know why, but why I couldn't figure this out for a long time, but I just happened to see a video, and I cannot figure out who it was that I saw, because I was going to give him a shout out, and I can't figure it out. I can't find the video now. I don't know where it's at, so I don't know. But I watched a video of them chain plying, and it just clicked with me. I figured out what I was doing wrong, and it was great. So now I'm gonna get set back up so I can start spinning. So all I did when I unwound it was I loosened the brake band on my wheel, so I just have to tighten that back up. And sometimes I have to make some minor adjustments when I start spinning again. And then I have my hook here to grab my leader, bring it through. Whoop. I was trying to see if I could get it nice and even on this table, so it wouldn't be bouncing back and forth. That's pretty stable. It's not moving. Okay, and then on this spinner, it has a little switch down here to spin it whichever way you're spinning, whether you're doing clockwise or counterclockwise, and that has my little dial for the speed. Okay, and this is, I have a spinny cube from Forever Growing. I really do. I like it. It's nice and the base is pretty hefty, so it doesn't move. And I've had it not quite a year yet. So I'm gonna start spinning this comb top. And oh, I just had the end and I lost it right here. So I'll show you some of this. So I created an album here on my page. That's gonna be like pictures of the sheep and their fleeces, if I took pictures of their fleeces, and then their fiber coming back from the mill. So this is, she doesn't have a name. Her number is 0033, but she's a Romney cross. She actually just had her first baby, and she was bred to a BFL ram. So I have cute little Romney BFL cross ewe lamb now running around. She's natural colored. She's super cute. But this is her comb top. She's obviously a white ewe. So it's super soft. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm so excited. I've been excited to see her fleece for a while, but it's super, super soft. I'm excited. So I'm going to be posting pictures and updating that album with the different sheep pictures and pictures of their fiber, and then also pictures of the sample spins I'm going to do. So to get started, I'm going to pull this apart into some smaller sections. I don't know how much I'm going to do. I'll just see how much accumulates on my bobbin. And where's the other end? Here's the end. Yeah, it's super soft. When I got it back, all I could do is just keep touching this one. This one's definitely the softest, but the other 3 runs I just got, one was a ram fleece, and then the other 2 are like, they just turned 5 and 6, so they're a little bit older. Okay, so I'm gonna get my chunk here, and we'll start spinning some of this. Remember, I've only been spinning for like a year, which I've been improving greatly more and more, but if you're looking for someone to follow for spinning, it's definitely not me. So let's see how she spins up. Oh, and I didn't even get it on the leader good enough. It happens. Now, I don't know about you guys, you spinners out there, but I always spin my singles. So I always spin my singles for, I don't remember which way the S and Z twist is, but I always spin clockwise. Is it gonna take it up? It's not gonna take it up. Usually I manually put this on. I don't know, did I go the right way? No, I'm not even going the right way. All right, let's try this again. Twist a little bit more. There we go. I don't think I've ever spun on a live. So I didn't even check the staple length. Wanted to see what the staple length is on this. thought it was fairly a good long. Yeah, so it's about probably 4 inches, maybe 5. All right, that gives me a better idea. One of the biggest things I struggle with is definitely keeping consistent, because I'm one of those that doesn't care as much what my yarn turns out, as long as it's semi-consistent. Which is kind of funny because I'm pretty particular about, pretty OCD about stuff, but spinning is my one outlet where I don't worry as much. I should really find someone that would like to test spin some of this for me. Because I'm still not a great judge of how it spins. I can tell you how soft it is. And if you haven't seen a spinny cube before, they can go really fast. I was really trying to get that yarn done earlier, and because the other day I just threw it on my spinner as my next project because I was in the heat of the moment and I totally forgot I needed to do test spins on this fiber. So I wanted to finish it up quickly so I could get my test spins done. And I did. I'm just really excited about chain plying because I really like to do it now that I know how to do it well. And I plied all that in under an hour, which was amazing. Because before it took me like all day long to chain ply. And even to ply in general I have struggled with, but I'm really starting to get it. So this can go a lot faster. And adjust my thing there. I don't know how much faster I'd like to go, but I've been spinning so many bats, it's different going back to just spinning cone top. And this is more slippery to me than my bats. My bats have a little bit more grab to them because it's not, the fibers aren't so aligned. A little slower back down. Well, it's pretty amazing what this little machine can do. I have not struggled like this in a while. But it's definitely, if you've spun different types of fiber preparation before, it's different going back and forth. And I probably shouldn't be trying to spin it so fine, it's just what I've been doing lately. I finished like 3 skeins in the last week. But I haven't been doing too much carding or felting either lately. I hope you guys are talking about the spinny cube and not me. This is my hobby. Now, this isn't how I usually spin. I usually spin sitting in my nice comfy recliner with my spinny cube on my legs and usually watch some television. It's very relaxing. And I've needed some relaxation lately. All this mud and rain is really getting to me. Not to mention, it's tax time, and I'm thinking about getting my plants ready and started and coordinating, getting all of my seeds started for all of our vegetables, and we'll probably have, well, not including, I don't know, I have to think about it. I would say just tomatoes and peppers this year, we're probably going to have like 5,000 plants in the ground. And then add in all the cucumbers and then the squash. That'll easily get us to 10,000. And then the 20 acres of pumpkins will be fun. But the pumpkins are easy because that's just planted, the seeds planted right in the ground. All the vegetables get put on plastic mulch with the transplanter. So hopefully starting in May we can start some of that. Oh gosh. We've been really struggling with the mud. Between our barns where the sheep are in, it is super, super muddy, and it's always been like that. It's where the sheep are right now is super low ground. It's and some of it's like muck ground too, so it's just wet all the time, and it's like one of the lowest spots in the area, so it just holds water. And we the last time, a couple days ago, the one barn we can't even get to put a bale. Sometimes we feed inside, and sometimes we feed outside in their pens, but we can't get into either right now. So hopefully the next time we have to feed hay, we can just get into one spot at least. But it's definitely a challenge. we've been using just the skid steer right now, because it's usually a little bit better in the mud to get into the places we need to. And the big tractor, it needs, I'm not even going to remember what it is, maybe the fuel pump or something like that. It needs to be rebuilt. And we've been waiting until we sell lambs to do that, so hopefully in the next month we can get that tractor fixed, which it would be really nice to have it, because at least it can get through the tough mud when the skid steer can't sometimes, at least to put bales in the lot. I am excited to get the plants in the ground. It's just hopefully it dries out, but at least where we put the plants at the family farm, it's more sand, and so it's a lot easier to get on that ground, and hopefully earlier. But I haven't checked in the last day, but my forecast was saying that next week we're supposed to have like at least 50s and 60s and not freezing overnight, and no rain, which would really dry things out quick. We're doing pretty good so far. Whew. Yeah, I know my husband keeps saying that this is the wettest he's ever seen it, which I think I remember one year that was worse. Like, because when we load out lambs, we have, right now we have a box in the back of the truck. We have an 8-foot bed. So we can fit, like, let's see, the first week we fit in, I think 16 lambs, and they were on average 76 pounds. We could probably fit another one, or we did 15. We did 15 the first week. But we have to back up to the barn so we can load out the lambs. And last week it was good. This week it was pretty rough. But I remember a year that was just horrendous, and definitely almost got stuck. But we take most of our lambs to market. We go to United Producers, and they have a location in Manchester, which is like just southwest of Ann Arbor a little bit. It's the largest lamb market in Michigan, and it's definitely worth the 2-hour drive to take them there. And they go on Monday mornings. So we've taken about, let's see, I think we did 16 this week and 15, so 31 lambs. And we have at least another probably 15 to go. How am I going to die this time? So, I don't know. It's a great question. This is just going to be a sample. So, at least I'll have to take pictures of the natural color first, but maybe I will dye it, because I wanted to do some dye samples too to show how the fiber takes dye, because I'm planning on selling the comb top like in 4 ounces, and maybe doing some sampler kits, sample spinning kits. But I probably could dye. I'm not a huge fan of dyeing. I only do it because I have to. So, if I don't have to dye fiber, I'm alright with that. I've been having Xylingers dye my felting wool, which has been a complete lifesaver because I can't keep up with dyeing my wool for felting kits. I just have had too much to do. So but after I decided to do that, I like ordered a bunch of dye right beforehand, so now I have all this dye and I haven't been using it. Because dye gets expensive really fast. Especially when you don't use it and it just sits in the cupboard. This is going pretty well. I almost let go of it. Alright. Well, I got a little bit done here. Oh, I'm going to try not to rock the phone too much here. So I did a little bit. It almost has like a little halo to it right now. I'll have to see when I get it all done. But I think that is going to be all for today. So I've got a finished yarn now. Miranda, I see your comment here. I'm just kind of spinning. I kind of said it before that I kind of spin just however I feel like it at the moment sometimes. I usually do kind of like this weight for the most part. But I've only been spinning for like a year and I just do it because it's nice and relaxing. So I was kind of just letting this fiber go as it wanted to. This one, I don't think I wouldn't want to spin it much finer than I did. So this is kind of similar to this one, so it's probably going to end up being like maybe a sport weight, I would say. That's what this kind of looks like. I don't think I have my spinning card here close. I lose that thing so many times. But yeah, I kind of just let this fiber spin as it wanted to. Why can't I see? Oh, there it is. Sometimes I can't see all these comments on here. I don't know if you were listening to me earlier, Miranda, but yeah, this is some comb top that I just got back from one of our Romney cross ewe lambs. So I'm doing a test spin, and I'm not, you know, the biggest expert on spinning since I've only been spinning for like a year. But I wanted to at least spin it up and take some pictures of it so I have it in my Sheep to Fiber album. So hopefully I'll be updating that here soon. But thank you for joining me today. I didn't think, you know, sometimes in the middle of the day, a lot of people are at work, but this time of year I'm just, you know, here at home most of the time. So thanks for watching today and joining me. And I will probably be going live again. What's today? Today's Tuesday, and I don't have much going on this week, so I'll probably be going live a few more times this week, probably during the day just like this. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.